Takes high ground here.
Okay.
I'll get it back though.
Cool.
Hit him as he's gonna glide away.
Oh, nice.
Get a good AR shot on him.
Yeah.
I already tagged him twice for 44 when he was ramping towards me. Hit him for
Mhm.
66 with the shotgun. So one more AR. Heavy AR shot is gonna finish that up. I got sniped immediately at. Gonna drink this mini shield.
Yeah. Going back to
Another
that.
one.
Going back to that build story real quick. I think that's like just the easiest way to get high ground. It's just the double, one floor above you, one below you.
Yep, and it's pretty much, you know, it's so useful in so many scenarios because you see right here,
Yeah.
I mess up right here. I mean to place a floor and then a ramp on that same floor
Yeah.
to get me height faster, but I accidentally placed the ramp in front of me and he takes high ground. But I just, you know, I'm able to immediately turn, just double ramp up,
Yeah.
and retake.
Yeah, that's so good. And then he's forced to just peace.
I'm gonna get sniped at, not but a second later.
Yeah.
I'll try to drink this mini shield. Barely get the second one off. He's gonna glide at me.
Yeah. And you have to use advantages like that, or like times like that, just to try and utilize as much time as possible, just to get off whatever meds you can. And it just turns into a jumping shotgun fight.
Yeah. So let's go back to this mini.
Sure.
You're right. You really have to kind of take advantage of every second you get, right? So I know the guy's gliding down on me as I'm starting to drink the second mini.
Yeah.
But I still have just barely enough time to get it.
And then you place a flat floor wall.
Yeah.
Again, you still buy yourself a little bit more time.
Yeah. Try to edit up. He blocks me, but go for the high ground retake. And I missed my shotgun shot right here because I think he's going to keep on running up the ramp and not turn towards me like he does. Right? So I just barely missed my shotgun shot and then switch to the SMG. And break
just
the
try
ramp.
and spray, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get it. That was really good. What's your thought process here? Because this is endgame, right? You got 8 kills. There's 6 people remaining. What are like the mini rotational options through your mind?
So right now, I'm still trying to be kind of aggressive. Like I don't want to play super passive, even though there's only 6 people left. I like killing players. I like eliminating them. So I'm gonna go for high ground right here. This mountain right ahead of me is in the zone. I'll pop one of these shadow stones and bounce up, and then look up and phase up a few times just so I can get on the top of this mountain. And while I'm doing this, I see the building happening over at Dusty. It looks like a big build fight, right? So that's what I'm doing. As soon as I pop out of this, I'm gonna look at that. Take a couple shots over here.
Yeah.
See if I can third party this a little bit. Yeah. And these situations, you know, it's not super calculated, but what you want to do is you really want to try to shoot the person who looks like they're winning, right?
Yeah.
Because if you can damage or hurt the person who wins that fight, and then you can jump on them and take advantage of that. So I'm gonna get a couple more shots here. I can see somebody gets a kill, right? Yeah. And that prompts me to say, okay, it's not as dangerous anymore. I'm gonna build up and try to jump on this guy. Because so reload my sniper before I go.
You also landed a couple of shots onto one of the players, so it's good to take that chance just to see even if that player you hit is the one that won.
Yeah. So I'm initially gonna land on the ultimate high ground right there, but I don't see anybody, and I think there's only one person left because I saw somebody die. And I think they died somewhere over near this little smaller kind of construction. So I'm going to go over here instead and spot the player underneath healing. I'll get a good shot at him right there. And I don't think he's going to be as good as he is, but he immediately, like...
goes crazy, yeah.
Yeah, and he's not giving it up. I try to shoot him out here, he catches himself.
Yeah. So then in a scenario like this, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm going to go, well...
You just
in a scenario like this, you don't do what I did. What?
You could place a flat floor on top of yourself to create that double.
Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah. I think he would have rocketed me down, and I would have had to glide away, but I would not have gotten hit.
Okay.
Like I did here. You could do something like you could just box up and edit down a couple of levels, force him to come down looking for you, and then try to go for a retake then. You could. So I was facing him when he blocked me off, and I turned right, and I tried to go for the retake. You could turn around 180 degrees and do what you said, and place a wall above so you can do the double ramp. But honestly, with him having the rocket, I don't think any of those would have worked. I think the best case scenario here is I go for a retake and I block the rocket and still get knocked down. Because I think that's what he was going to do anyway. So I go for the retake, don't have the ramp above, try to turn quickly enough, but it doesn't work. So I'm going to go down to the bottom here and kind of play low ground warrior. I'm a little bit low, and he drops down like immediately, right? He's not wasting any time at all. He hits me with that rocket. It's a gold RPG because it did 121 damage.
Yeah.
So he's dropping down immediately. I thought I was gonna have a little bit more time. So I hear him drop down, and you can tell he's a good player. He misses his shot, but not a half a second goes by before a wall and a ramp is up.
Yeah.
And then something else the good players will always do is, get into the habit of when you build a wall and a ramp, put another ramp ahead of you too, because that ramp is what's gonna block your opponent. Right? The wall and the ramp is gonna protect you, and then the second ramp, extending your first, is what's gonna block your opponent. So that's what he does. And he tries to drop down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he edits that, and he tries to. Sorry, we'll wait till this goes back.
Yeah.
But he edits it, and then he tries to get a shot on me. Luckily, I whip around 180, and I'm able to chunk him. Right? I didn't see the damage number because it happened quickly, but I got, I think, 5 or 6 pellets.
Yeah, it was a
hit. And then I'm gonna do the same thing he does. I'm gonna hit him, and then, but a half a second later, I'll build a wall and a ramp, and I'll block him off with another ramp. Right? And then he just tries to come around for it, and I get the quick shot. I'm assuming he was just gonna shoot me from the low ground. It didn't look like he was trying to build or retake or anything. He just thought I was low and he could get the shot on me before I did him, and it didn't work out in that situation.
And yeah, so that all of that went through, and now there's 3 people remaining. It kind of tells you that those guys are a little bit more passive because there's so much fighting that's been going on.
Yeah, like that one area probably. And then I'm just gonna pop over to this hill. I see the edge of the hill is in the zone. It's the most advantageous position in the zone right now. It's the highest ground.
1 by 1.
Yeah, I see the guy. I see the 1 by 1. I shoot at the wall. I'm trying to get a reaction to see if there's somebody there, but he doesn't rebuild the wall fast enough, so I don't think anybody's there.
Is there?
I believe a minute or two later, I do see somebody there, and there was somebody camping there.
Okay, so they were trying to act passive.
Yeah. So right here, I'm gonna build a 1 by 1. I have more than enough mats. I have 750 wood, max brick, over 700 metal. So I'm gonna switch up to the metal here to build the 1 by 1. It's obviously the most secure, right? So I see that this guy rebuilt his stuff. So now I know there's somebody there. I'm just gonna start taking some shots at the bottom of his tower because the heavy sniper is it one shots any material. It'll one shot metal too. So I can see him being a little bit more active, but he didn't rebuild earlier, and he seems like kind of a passive player, to be honest. And what you don't want to do in this game is you don't want to just stick your head out and wait for him to appear. You want to use third-person camera, and you want to try to predict when he's going to peek, or when he does peek to challenge you, then do that. So let's do some cheeky edits here, get some shots at it from different angles.
I never honestly thought about that. How you can just like quickly edit your stair, and then you make another edit with like the wall in front of you. So that's another little strat.
Get some different angles here in case in case the other player is watching with a sniper. You know what I mean? They're just waiting for me to peek from the same spot.
And now this other player, this like third player that we have no idea where he is. He's extremely passive. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is playing passive though. You're correct.
Yeah.
So I get the guys 1 by 1 down, force him to glide away. Right.
That's good. That's weird how he didn't take any shots on you though.
Yeah, and that's why he seems like a pretty passive player, right? I wasn't given a whole lot of opportunities, but literally still most players would be peeking you or taking shots or doing something, right? So I spot this guy right now, the third player. He's in this broken down building. So I'm gonna wall myself off from the other player who I saw glide.
Yeah.
and then start shooting at this guy, see if I can get some shots on him. Okay. He shockwaves away.
And you know that he's going towards that other player. So
he looks like he's definitely going in that direction.
Yeah.
So I find out here that he lands on the other tree.
Huh.
I land on this tree right here, and I do this for a really specific reason, because you can look at the zone right here. The only safe area in the zone is this really, really low area in the river.
Yeah.
Right? And basically anybody outside of the zone, which, you know, is they don't even have to be that far outside of the zone, they're gonna have a natural high ground advantage. So if I go in the zone right now and try to get in the middle of that circle, I'm gonna be the lowest person in the game, and it's just I don't like being in positions like that.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna land on this tree kind of next to the zone and just wait it out a little bit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be on the low ground when there's other people like taking advantage shots on you. Well,
especially like even the guy over by the rock, if I went down into that bottom river area, like he could be a really passive player and still land an okay shot on me from that angle.
Definitely an AR.
I'm gonna glide down even further.
He was lost in the storm.
Yeah. So
just
the passive player gets lost in the storm. Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there.
He's a little AFK. Feels bad, man. But I like how you're just checking every single bush. That's a good one. Also, you're pretty invisible when you're inside of trees.
Yeah, you can cover yourself up a fair amount.
Yeah. Even with like certain skins too. It's like it's a super small like criticism, but yeah, certain skins will blend in with trees really well. Okay.
Yeah, I saw him destroy that tree. I see him glide by me here.
Yep.
Land a couple shots. Barely missed the sniper right there.
That was close. And you go towards his house for secure cover?
Yeah, I go towards his house just because, again, this is the best position to be in. I'm right in front of this hill, and he's behind that tree.
Yeah.
And it's natural cover. I can use it. I can also build off of it. And what you're going to see me do here in a second is when he tries to build up, I'm not going to let him, and then I'm going to leverage this little hill right in front of me for an advantage to keep him below.
Okay. And heavies also destroy trees too? In one shot? Yeah, okay.
So you can see I'm going to build up here. I can see him trying to like ramp up a couple times. I'm just not even going to let him come close, right? So I still have him right below me.
Yep.
I'm going to extend out over onto this hill, reinforce with pyramids so it's not one shot. And then Storm is moving. He's got to go.
So you stay exactly where you are because you're in front of him. Yeah.
I'll catch myself right there after the shot. I'll duck down here, shoot him, jump his shot, hit him again.
Nice.
And finish it off.
There you go. Little emote, little dancing.
You know, you always got to rock the same emote that you did in the lobby. When you...
That's the most important tip of this video. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's going to be it for our first gameplay review video. We're still working on the process and have plenty of ideas on how to make it better. So if you've enjoyed it and want to see more of this, please let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or even share this video with your friends. From over here at Fortnite Master, my name is The Saved One, and I'm out. Peace.